Let us learn how to import a CSV file format in SPSS. CSV file format stands for the comma separated files, and they are the important file formats with which often we work when we work in the SPSS. Apart from this, if you are working with some specialized software programs like say Smart PLS, which is used for the partial least square structural equation modeling, you have to work with the CSV file format. So let us see how the CSV file format looks and how to import it. So I have one CSV file stored on my desktop for the demonstration purpose. So it is the bankloan.csv file format. As you can see, I have created this CSV file by using the sample dataset in the SPSS. So first let's click and see how a CSV file looks like. So you can see the MS Excel icon over it. So we are expecting it will look like an typical MS Excel sheet. And if we open it, then we find that yes, typically it looks like any Excel sheet program. So far so good. So let's proceed further and see how we can import this file format in the SPSS. CSV file formats are imported in SPSS by using the import wizard. So first let's try to start with the wizard. If you click on the folder icon, now you see you cannot see the CSV file located on the desktop because we have selected the file type as spss.esv file type, so we have to change it to the CSV. So we can see our bank loan CSV file. Now click on open. So it is generating a preview for you. So now the import wizard has started doing its work, and you can see the text import wizard, and it does the process in 6 steps. So it will ask you certain questions and you have to just follow the protocol. So first it is asking you whether do you have any text file matching to a predefined format. We are not using any predefined format. Our file is a CSV file. So click on no and click on next. If you select any predefined format, so you have to first browse and identify your file format type. Click on next. Then next question is how your variables are arranged, whether they are delimited or whether they are fixed width. So we have delimited our file with the comma, so we are using the delimited, not the fixed width type. Then are variable names included at the top of your file? Yes, variable names are included at the top of our file, like say gender, age, all these things. So click on yes. So line number that contains variable name, it is the line number 1. If it is located in line number 2 or some other line number, that is very unusual, but you can indicate the line number for it. Then what are the decimal symbols? So decimal symbols are period in our case, so go by the period. If it is comma, you can select the comma, and you can see the preview of your data. Proceed to next. Then the next question is the first case of data begins with a line number, so it's line number 2 because on line number 1 we are having the variable names. The next question is how are your cases represented? So each line represents a case. That's true in our case. So a case is a observation, so each line represents the an observation, so keep it checked. The next question is how many cases do you want to import? All of the cases, first few cases, or a random percentage of cases? I think that's a wonderful feature. So in case you want to select only a random part or percentage of your data, you can select the third option. And if you want to import just first few rows of your data, so like say 1000 cases, 2000 cases or 100 cases, you can go for this option. But in our case we want to import the entire data set, so we'll go for all the cases. So I find this last option very useful because it helps in doing some sort of random sampling. Again, you can see the preview here and proceed to next. And now we are getting a typical preview that we are looking for in the SPSS. So the next question is, we are at the step 4. What delimiter appears between the variables? So our delimiter is comma. You can see other types of delimiters available here, tab, space, semicolon or other. So we are going to work with the comma. And is there any text qualifier? No, there is no text qualifier. Are there any leading and trailing spaces like at the beginning or at the end of numbers? So in case if it is there, you can select for removal of leading and trailing spaces. It's not there in our case, so we are not going to follow that. then click on next. Specification for variable selected in the data preview. So variable name, like say we are taking all the variables the way they have been defined in the original CSV dataset. So we are not making any changes, but if you want, you can make changes. So data format, like say we are selecting automatic option because SPSS automatically defines for you what kind of data format it is. You can see age is a numeric variable, and if you select automatic, it will be defined as a numeric variable. But if you want to change it to any other format, you can go, but in case you have to spend a lot of time in identifying and defining each and every variable, so we are not going to do that. Keep this option as automatic or default. When you are in doubt while working with, I will suggest with any software package or SPSS, if you have doubt, go for the default options in most of the cases. Further, click on next. And now we have reached to the step 6 of 6. So the question is, you have successfully defined the format for your text file, and the next question is, would you like to save this file format for the future use? Currently we are not saving it for the future use. And next is, would you like to paste the syntax? So if you want to paste the syntax in the syntax editor, so that will be shown in the output, you can select yes. But if you don't want to paste the syntax, you can click on no. I just want to see the syntax, so I'm going to click on the yes. So click on finish. So you can see the syntax has been generated, and we have run the syntax, and you can see the data has been imported. You can do so without running the syntax. You can click on the syntax option as no, and if you just click on the finish, you will get this type of data imported in your SPSS. So you can see all the variables have been imported the way you wanted them. So that's how we import a CSV file format in SPSS. If you go for any other kind of file format, like say tab delimited or some other space limited file type of format, so in that case the procedure is same. You have to make help of or take help of the text import wizard.